What is up? What is good? My FTGU gang. Actually, I'm coming to you guys on a. Sorry, my tongue's kind of blue. I've been eating some candy, but that's besides the point. I'm kind of opening up or starting a new project. I keep looking over here because this is where my mind is at, just making sure everything's still good and stuff. I'm focused on y'all now, but yeah, just making. I'm starting up. Um, I guess you could call it a podcast. It's not gonna be in podcast format for say starting out until we get some of the kinks working out. But I'm starting me a sports talk podcast, man. And it's not just gonna be me. I got some other people working on it with me. But we just couldn't get everything started by time because we wanted to get everything going by time the season for the NBA started, but kind of fell behind, but it's all good. So I'm just making this video, kind of like introducing you guys to the concept of the channel, and then kind of just laying out some little light sports talk. You know what I mean? Just my own personal. That's why I said We had other people, and they were gonna give their takes and stuff too. But I'll just give you guys mine, and kind of also just fill you in on what's going on with the channel and with the podcast. So the name of the podcast is going to be MVPs in the Skybox. I'm going to try to make it where it's at least always at least two of us on the show, because the show, I'm going to try to do it at least once a week. I know that's with everything that's going on in the NBA, that's kind of not that much, but I mean, we're still just trying to work everyone's schedules out. Like I said, I mean, we're not full blown full-time YouTubers or nothing like that. So I mean, we have other things that we have going in our lives. So I don't put that pressure on them to always be available and stuff. I mean, so that's why I'll be doing videos like this throughout the week and stuff, kind of giving my takes and updates on stuff. So I mean, we're not completely behind the news cycle, and then we'll kind of like compress it all into one video with the squad or whatever, with the podcast group. But yeah, and we're gonna try to go for every Saturday or Sunday. So maybe sometimes both days. Just depends on. Sorry, I thought I had my phone on silent. Unprofessional, I know. But yeah, that's gonna be the format for the thing. Like I said, it's gonna be I'll get more into that as we get it set up more, but I just kind of want to let you guys know what's coming a little bit like that. So we are gonna be. I mean, don't get it twisted. It's still gonna be a gaming channel. I've kind of took a break from gaming, but we're still gonna be doing that on the channel. Just kind of working out some kinks, figuring out which direction I want to take the gaming channel. But yeah, I also wanted to. I've always been really into sports, especially the NBA, basketball. So I just wanted to dip my toes into the sports talk pools, for say. But anyway, that's enough background. Let's kind of jump into the actual sports talk section of this. You know what I'm saying? I'll put it in the description so you guys can skip all of this mumbo jumbo, me just running my mouth, if you want to get straight to the NBA talk. But I'm not gonna be here long since it's just me. I'm not gonna hold you guys up and like, you don't even know who I really am. I mean, I go by Awesome High Boost on PSN. Most of you probably know me as Trey if you know me personally in my real life and you follow me on YouTube. We're also, the channel is FTGU Gaming. But that's me. Quick introduction on me. Been a big fan. Never really played any sports. I played in high school a little bit, nothing too crazy. But I've always, I really didn't start falling in love with the game of basketball and just sports in general until I was probably about 15 or so. And just something sparked in me, and especially with basketball, I just became really enamored with the stars, with the way the game is played, and someone who never had immense talent, I still just always had love for the game. It still is my top favorite sport, and I just try to soak up as much knowledge. Like, I am a basketball fanatic, man. I just try to soak it up, and I mean, don't worry. The podcast we will try to eventually branch into the NFL, but since that season's already gone, we're kind of trying to hold off until playoffs. And if we can get everything worked out, we will start talking more about the NFL and playoffs. And eventually with other sports too, if that's what you guys are interested in and you want to hear us talk about other than just basketball. But the basketball topics I wanted to get to today, starting with number one, I want to give you guys and like I said, this everything's coming off my head. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't really have too much time to prepare. Like I said, the plan was to have the whole crew together and everything, but it just didn't work out because of schedule things. And so my just off top of my head, I wanted to talk about who I think are going to be the top 4 teams in each conference. So starting out, I'm going to go with, I feel like you got to go Golden State in the West. Just show them respect for winning the championship. Show respect for the greatness that is Steph Curry. And then I'd probably go in that most likely spot. I'm trying not to be biased here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a Lakers fan. I mean, you see the memorabilia in the back. I'm a big Luka fan, and I ain't gonna lie to you. The Clippers look pretty good. If I had to just name a team right now in the West to rival Golden State's dominance, per se, I'd probably go to Los Angeles Clippers, just because on paper anyway. And, of course, there's always the health questions because Kawhi can't never stay healthy. PG, I mean, he ain't been healthy since he hurt them shoulders in OKC, and he still ain't been healthy since then. And the thing about PG, he did have a good playoff run that year that Kawhi went out with the ACL injury, and they made it to the conference finals with him as the sole star. I mean, he didn't have the most efficient games, but he did show up. He had a couple of 40-point games, a couple of double assist games, double rebound games. I'm not sure. He might have had a triple-double. But he showed up. But the only thing is, I'm still not personally convinced that PG's ready to take that next step to be a bona fide number 2 on a championship team. That's why I got them number 2 right now. Plus, they just can't never stay healthy. The Clippers always sound good on paper, but for whatever reason, they get to the playoffs and they either fall apart or they get hurt and they can't be healthy. They're injured. So I got them in number 2. Number 3, I'm probably going to have to go, like I said, if I had to just say it off the top of my head, I think Phoenix is, honestly, Phoenix is going to take a step back. So, I know most people would probably expect, oh yeah, Phoenix at number 3, but honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, man. I think the Mavericks are going to be really good this year. I'm not being biased. Like I said, I know I love Luka, I love the Mavs. I am from Texas, by the way, living in Texas, close to the Dallas area. So, I'm going to put that out there, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to put that out there. I might be slightly biased, but I don't think so. I really think the Mavs are going to be a top team in the West this year. I really do. The addition of Christian Wood and some of those pieces that they already had. They didn't have Tim Hardaway Jr. in the playoffs last year. He's a bona fide 15 to 20 points a game scorer. So, Luka's looking the best that I've seen him look in a long time. He's came into the season actually in shape. And he just, the way that he dismantled the Suns and embarrassed the hell out of Chris Paul and Devin Booker, yeah. The Mavs are legit. Mavs are legit as long as they stay healthy. I like the pieces that they picked up. JaVale McGee, that's a good pickup in my book. They needed rim protection. They really didn't have a true rim protector, true big. So they really needed that. And he's a lob threat. So anybody that's a lob threat, you put him with Luka, it's going to be good. And they got plenty of shooting. So I think the Mavs are going to surprise some people. They're going to be a top 3 team this year in the West. And then I'd probably put Phoenix, just for respect of what they've been doing the last 2 seasons. I honestly don't think they'll be that good. But I can't put them lower than 4. So that's my top 4 in the West. If I have to move over to... Sorry, I'm just checking the time. Okay, we're not going too long. I don't want to make this video longer than 15 minutes, guys. I really don't. Moving on to the East. The East is a lot more competitive in my standings. The West, West got a lot of question marks. Like, is the Lakers gonna bounce back? I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a big LeBron and Russ fan. So I mean, I would love to see them bounce back, but after last year, I have no. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have no faith in them. I really don't. I mean, I really just have no faith in them boys. And then, of course, you got a bunch of teams that are going to be nice. Like, I think a sleeper team is going to be New Orleans. If Zion can stay healthy. I mean, B.I., C.J., Zion, they got some good defenders, role players on that team. I mean, they would be really good if they can figure out how to coexist and stay healthy. You know what I mean? And, Portland, they went and got, Jeremy Grant. I mean, it's a nice pickup. I don't expect too much. But anyway, I say all that to say that the West is a lot more like a question mark centric. It's hard to say who's going to be good in the West and who's not going to be good in the West. The competition's a lot closer. But in the East, I feel like the top is really heavy in the East, and then the lesser teams are really lesser. So that's why I say that it's a little bit more. I don't know the word to use. I guess. A little bit more condensed at the top of the Eastern Conference. But anyway, best team going into the this year's season, coming out the East, I gotta go Milwaukee. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Not gonna get into it on this video, maybe in another video, but just know my top 3 players in the NBA are probably Giannis, Jokic, and LeBron. Okay, they're my top 3. Just to give y'all, I'm not saying they're in any kind of order or anything, but Giannis is the best, basically. So that it just gives you my, main reason why they are number 1. Like, I mean, their supporting cast is cool. I like Chris Middleton. I like Drew Holiday. He can be inconsistent, as we've seen in 2 playoffs now. He can be inconsistent, but his defense. Offensively, he can be inconsistent. His defense is always top tier. Gonna hold it down. I like their size. I like the addition of Joe Ingles, someone else that can handle the ball, make some plays, and shoot threes. He's always in the top 3-point percentage. So I really like Milwaukee, of course. Then next, if I have to go, who's next? Boston. I like their addition of Malcolm Brogdon. They really needed a point guard, someone to slow down the game. If you watched them in the finals, it was a lot of ISO, dribble. Let me see if I can take a hard shot. And Golden State just eventually overwhelmed them with all their ball movement and, player actions and cutting and all the, Golden State, that's just how they are. Like, they're not the most biggest opposing team, not the most athletic team, but they gonna fundamental the hell out your ass. They gonna move the ball. They gonna cut. And so, yeah, the Celtics got out fundamentaled in the finals. So the pickup of Malcolm Brogdon, I like Marcus Smart, but he's really a 2-guard masquerading as a 1. He can't handle the ball as good as some of the top guards in the league. He turns it over too much. But he's a great defender and a great, energy guy. So, I mean, I understand why you have him in your starting lineup. I'm not dogging him at all. I mean, I think he rightfully won Defensive Player of the Year, all that good stuff. But I really do like the pickup of Malcolm Brogdon if he can stay healthy, because he's been injury prone the last few seasons as well. Coming in number 3 spot, I guess I gotta go Brooklyn. I don't really like Brooklyn. I mean, I can give you a little insight on that. I was once a OKC fan because, as you know, I love Westbrook. And I used to really like KD. I don't really appreciate the decision that he made. I don't really care that he went to Golden State. He could have went anywhere, but I just don't like how he handled it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just me being a little bitter, but I still respect him as a player, of course. I mean, I'm unbiased to his game. But I just also, on paper, basketball reasons, not even any personal reasons, I just don't think, Ben Simmons, I'm sorry, he's a liability. I can see him in the Draymond Green role for them and, playing great defense, getting them in their sets, hitting cutters, passing, all that, in which the Nets need a Draymond Green. They really do, but It's just with Kyrie, and he can be a trailblazer. He might actually be a damn trailblazer by the end of the season. You never know with Kyrie, but I think Brooklyn on their last legs with Kyrie. But that's what it's all the question marks surrounding like the talent. The talent itself definitely easily could be top 2, top 3 in the East. But just all the question marks, and then like I said, how does Ben Simmons fit? I mean, he could be a good Draymond Green type, but as we see, even in the playoffs, I mean, even Draymond had to be benched for a little bit because you're just such an offensive liability. Teams are gonna make you become a part of the offense. They're not gonna let you just sit out top and pass to KD and Kyrie all day. So that's my question marks about them. And then in the 4th spot in the East, I gotta go with Miami. Miami doesn't have the big names. They don't have the swag and the finesse of some of the other like teams like the Nets. They don't have the rapport and history of the Celtics, and they don't have a damn Giannis like the Bucks. But they're a great team. Their culture, they're deep. They got a lot of like role players that are really good role players that know their role, and it's lets them succeed with an all-star. I mean, I think Jimmy's a superstar, but not until he gets to the playoffs. During the regular season, he's an all-star talent. And so with just one all-star, are we even counting Kyle Lowry anymore? I'm just being honest. Like he's a good piece. He's not an all-star anymore. Bam is good, but like Bam kind of irritates you because you expect him to be dominant like Embiid and Giannis and some of these other bigs like Siakam and all these other bigs in the East and even in the West that you would expect him to be, if not right up under on the same level as. And he'll give you flashes of that. Like he's a great passer for a big man. I mean, he can score. He didn't have a great jump shot, but he can hit a few mid ranges. He's expanding his range. Great defender. You know what I'm saying? Energy levels always up. But just the consistency to know when to attack, when not to attack. Like they really need Bam to make that 18-10, 20-10 jump for them to really, really be a dangerous team. But I really like Miami in the 4th spot. So that's my top 4 teams in each conference. If I had to do a Western Conference preview, I'd probably say in the West, it's probably going to come down to either Golden State and the Clippers or maybe the Nuggets because they're getting their full squad back, so it would not shock me if they made it to the Western Conference Finals. I mean, the Grizzlies, maybe because they're just young. Like, they did look somewhat legit last year, but when it comes to young teams, I always got to see it twice. That's just me. Like, with any, like, young star talent, like, they have a good season, I got to see it again before I can trust it. I know how things are fickle in this league, and one day you're Jeremy Lin, you're going through Lin sanity, you're the man, and then 2 years later, 3 years later, you're a role player almost out the damn league. So that's why I'm just not super, super high on Memphis, but I definitely see them making some noise. But yeah, I'd probably go Golden State and Los Angeles. Clippers, not the Lakers. Lakers don't even have, like, I love the Lakers. It's my squad. Rooting for them this year, but they don't have my damn respect on that level. They just don't. And then in the East, I'd probably go Milwaukee and Celtics again. I think we're going to get a repeat of, I'm tripping. Last year it was the Celtics and Miami. But no, I think this year, depending on how the standings go, I think the top 2 teams anyway are Celtics and Bucks. I really do. And then as for a finals preview, I'm saying Giannis is going to make it back. I mean, I feel like he would have made it back last year if Middleton stayed healthy. I mean, he pushed the Celtics, who went to the finals with 2 stars. He pushed them to 7 games by his damn self with a Drew Holiday that might give you 20 one night and then turn around and give you 10 on 4 for 15 shooting. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's just me. That's where I got him. So I'm thinking in the finals, I'm thinking Giannis versus Steph Curry again. I think that's the finals we should have got this last season. I think we're gonna get it this season. And I just like to wrap up with just yeah, man, that's about it. I'm just gonna wrap up, just letting you guys know a few of my predictions. I'm going Luka for MVP this year. I think it's this the year. Like, they always pick him as the preseason MVP, like before the season starts. But I think this year he's actually gonna do it. I expect New Orleans and the Lakers, honestly, to be sleeper teams in the West. They could either be really bad or they could be really good. I don't know which one, but they could be. That's why I'm naming them my sleeper teams. Because with, like I said, with the Pelicans, the talent is just crazy, but health and fit comes into mind with them. And then with the Lakers, kind of the same thing. You got Russ, LeBron, and AD on one team. You went and got some good role players around them, some more defense, some more shooting. But is it going to fit all together? Is it going to be another clown show? Not the Lake Show, not Showtime, clown show. Will we get unridiculed amount of Russ slander? I mean, I've been already seeing it. That's another story for another day. But yeah, that Lakers might do something, they might not. I'm not high on that, but I will label them a sleeper team. You never know. Another team, this I wouldn't say sleeper team, but a team that I expect to make more noise than they made last year. This team right here on my shirt, the Chicago Bulls. Lonzo's coming back. That's a great defender, another playmaker. Last year, they had to rely on Caruso and DeMar DeRozan to kind of create everything. So having another playmaker and shooter and defender with Lonzo will really help. And if he can stay healthy, I think they'll be pretty good this year too. But yeah, guys, I'm not going to hold you up anymore. I just wanted to come and talk real quick, kind of let you guys know, give you the laydown on the channel, what's coming in the future, all that good stuff, and just give you a few of my preseason predictions, basically. Season starts tomorrow. I will be back to talk to you guys about that Lakers and Warriors game and about the Celtics and 76ers game. Quick prediction before I get up out of here. Before I end the video, I'm going just because, I mean, maybe it's the fan in me. It's probably fucking delusional. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me. I'm trying to keep it PG. You know what I'm saying? We want the family to be able to watch the podcast. So just forget I said that. Forgive me. But, yeah, I didn't lost train of thought. Forgive me. I'm over here looking like a idiota. Looking like a real idiota right now. But it'll come back to me. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Preseason predictions. We're going for the game prediction. Dang, like I said, I would cut this out, but it's the first one. Don't expect any professionalism. The professionalism is coming when we get the full podcast up and running. Yeah, but forgive me, work with me right now. But Lakers, I'm picking the Lakers to win. I don't really, I wouldn't be surprised they come out there and get their ass blown by 30. It would not surprise me at all. But I'm just thinking that they had enough of the slander. Russ he's coming off the bench. Hopefully that hamstring's healthy. So maybe we can get more of what Russ does all going for the Lakers. And if he can just tap into some of that triple-double stat machine that he has on that second unit with LeBron and AD doing what they do, I think they could definitely come out and win opening night and have a good season. So I'm going, and then I feel like also Warriors are going to be celebrating this ring night. They're going to have a little bit of championship hangover. So I say Lakers win by 10. Yeah, I'm saying by 10. Lakers win by 10. Definitely going to at least 115, though. So I'd say 105, 115 Lakers. And then in the East, I'm going the Celtics. I mean, just because they always bust down Philly. Philly has the more talented team. I mean, Philly's deep. I would not be surprised at all. But just from what I've seen from James Harden the last few seasons, like he just has to show me. And so if I line up their big two, like, I mean, Embiid is better than Jason Tatum, but James Harden should be better than Jaylen Brown, but like a lot of you are probably like me, you're questioning, is he really better than Jaylen Brown right now? Is he though? So I like Celtics team game better than Phillies team game. So, I'm expecting a close game here, probably separated by 3 to 5 points. But I'm gonna go Boston, and it's gonna be a defensive game, I'm guessing. I'd probably go Boston 105 to Phillies 100. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'm not gonna hold you up anymore. Check out the podcast when it drops. Hopefully, we'll have everyone together and in line by next week. If not, I will be back. And like I said, I will be doing that even when the podcast starts. I'll be coming in to talk to you guys individually to kind of stay with the more up-to-date stuff, kind of keep on the news cycle a little bit fresh while things are hot, and then I'll bring in the guys and we'll talk about it later in the week. But thank you guys for listening. If you stayed the whole video, I appreciate you. I love you. Like I said, the gaming channel is making a comeback. I don't know exactly when, but we're still getting that together. I want to start doing more co-op and online gameplay for you guys, so I'm definitely going to be getting back on that. And like I said, hopefully by this Sunday, we can have the official podcast episode up for you guys. But just thanks for the love. Thanks for hearing me out. And I'm excited for the next NBA season. Hope you guys are too. I'll holler at you next time. Peace.